Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Monday, May 30th slate of MLB action. I am super excited to dive into it. Once again, we do have another full slate of MLB, and I'm super excited to sit down and actually watch some MLB, especially with the holiday here. So, happy holidays to everyone. If you do celebrate Memorial Day. But, once again, like I said, we do have a full slate. I'm excited to sit down and watch some baseball. We did end up having another profitable day. So we have had, I think it's 4 profitable days out of 6. We are on a little bit. We're starting to trend in the right direction. That's definitely making me happy for sure. Especially after, once playoffs started, we were ice, and I mean ice cold for so long. But I think we are starting to trend in the right direction once again. I think that is, I can't remember exactly how many NBA plays that we have hit on, but I think we've hit on like 5 of our last 6 or something along those lines. So we've been really good with our NBA props because we did end up hitting ours last night. So I'll go ahead and dive into that, do a quick recap. But before I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Once again, thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving me such a small channel, such a big chance, as I always say. Truly does mean so much to me. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday. Like I said, we ended up having a 2-in-1 day. So we did have Marcus Smart over 3.5 rebounds. Dude came out and grabbed like 8. So it wasn't even like I didn't even have to think about that one. It was a very easy cash for us. Like I said, I thought that it was going to be, I thought that line was way too low, but I couldn't really, obviously I'm not the odds maker, so I just go by what the book says. But I definitely thought that line was way too low. And it turned out to be. He was going to play a ton of minutes in that game. He's a very hard player. Like, he definitely gives it his all, and there was just no reason for it to only be 3.5. It should have been, at least with his recent game performances, at least 4.5, maybe even 5.5. But hey, I'm going to take some free money anytime I can get it. Then we did have the Dodgers team total over 5.5. That one did not end up working out for us. I think they only finished with like 3. They could just not get the bats going, and there was just nothing we could really do about it. Arizona pitched a really good game, and it just is what it is. Then we had the Brewers and the Cardinals over 7. This was an absolute sweat, but it was because the Cardinals just didn't do anything. They didn't score any runs at all. Like, not at all. It was all the Brewers. The Brewers scored 8 runs by themselves. It was very, very sweaty. Made me super nervous, but they were able to get it done for us. So thankfully that one did end up working out for us without the Cardinals scoring any runs whatsoever. So that one definitely made me nervous, but it did end up working out. So we're going to go ahead and dive into today's plays. So for our first play of the day, we're going to go with the Brewers money line versus the Cubs in Game 2. In Game 2. Not Game 1, but Game 2. At minus 135 odds. Now, this is going to be the Brewers' first doubleheader of the year. So that's the only thing that does make me nervous, because we don't know how they will perform on the second leg of a back-to-back, or like a second leg of a doubleheader. But I do think we see a little bit of value here, because the Brewers, as a favorite this year, they're 25-15 straight up, and they're also 18-11 after a win, which they did just have recently. So as a favorite and following a win, they do a really good job of going on little win streaks, and I definitely think they are going to continue that here through today. Also, they are 16-12 on the road, so definitely winning more often than not on the road. So I'll be taking my odds there. And let's be honest, the Cubs have not been a great team this year. They did just have a pretty big win over the White Sox not too long ago, but shortly after that, the next game, the White Sox turned it around and took care of business. But the Cubs at home this year, they are 7-15, so they really haven't been great at home this year. They are much better on the road, and as a home underdog this year, the Cubs are 3-8, so definitely nothing to tip your cap at. But the Cubs have played one doubleheader already this year, and they lost on the second leg of it. So could it potentially be more of the same where they do lose on the second leg of a doubleheader? I really hope so. So we're going to be riding with it. Brewers money line versus the Cubs in Game 2 of the doubleheader at -135 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking Houston and Oakland under 7 runs at +100 odds. Now I think that there's really good value on this one, and let me kind of explain why. So Houston on the road, well, Houston in general has been an under machine. Just in general, a lot of their games have gone under. They have been really good at pitching. They've just not allowed a ton of runs. But Houston on the road, they are 21-7 to the under. So 67% of the time they go under at home. Or excuse me, I'm so sorry. Wow, it is so early. It is 75%. So Houston to the under on the road is definitely a cash cow. And Houston, after a win, which they did just have recently, they are 22-7 to the under. So with all that being said, they are really good at going under on the road, and they're also really good at going under after a win, which they did just have. Houston, they are 21st in the MLB in runs per game, so they definitely don't score a lot, but also they are 3rd in runs allowed, so they don't really score a lot, and they don't really give up a lot of runs. I think that is a really good combination to have when you are looking at an under. And also Oakland, I know there's not a ton of stats to back it up, but at home this year they are 10-11 and 3 to the under at home. So a lot of times you're either making your money back or you're winning this bet. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. That's going to be our second play of the day. Houston and Oakland under 7 runs at +100 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking the Washington Nationals versus the Mets Washington Nationals and the Mets over 8.5 runs at -120 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, Washington has been really, really good on the road to hitting the over. They are 13-6 and 3 to the over on the road this year, which is ranked second in the MLB. And also, Washington, they have gone over in 4 of their last 5 games, so they have been on a little bit of a hitting streak here at scoring runs just in general. They've been really good. In Washington, following a win, which they did just have recently, they are 10-6 and 1 to the over after a win, so definitely see some value there for sure. And also the Mets, they've been a really good team at home, especially when it comes to the over. I think that's where we see a ton of value. The Mets really love to crank the baseball at home. They are 14-9 and 1 at home this year, and we all know the Mets, they definitely have some really good bats on that team, so they can really get things going. And so I truly do think that this is going to be a really good spot here for the over. So we're going to be riding with it. Nationals, Mets, over 8.5 runs at -120 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. The only other thing that I did want to go ahead and address just super quick is I did want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the NHL. One of my editor, actually, he sent me a message late last night and told me to take the Hurricanes money line tomorrow. They're apparently undefeated at home, so I will kind of be adding it to my card. I'm just going to be trusting him, but they are technically, I guess, undefeated at home, so we're going to be riding with it. So we will have a little bit of an added play there. Hurricanes money line. Okay, that's what we're doing. But yeah, no, for real though. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so make sure that you guys are subbed. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.